Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this video, and thanks to everybody who tagged me for the My Makeup Story tag. I love videos like this because I feel like you're actually learning something about the person that's making these videos that you're watching, and I feel like if anybody is new to my channel, I hope you take the time to watch this because I think you'll learn maybe some reasons why I am the way I am from this video. I tag all of you to do this if you want to. I have the questions down below, so just copy and paste and post a video response because I don't know, I just think this is a great way to get to know people who share this common interest that is makeup. So 10 questions, so I'll try to get through them concisely without rambling if I can. Number 1, how old were you when you started wearing makeup? I was probably about in the 7th grade because that's when I remember starting cheerleading in junior high, and I think it was kind of like a time when, okay, you know, I have a reason maybe to start using makeup because I've got the, you know, we're going to be cheering at a game. I can wear some powder and lip gloss and oh my goodness, I'm going to look so glamorous. Not really, but I think we thought we were. And so that was just kind of what got it started, and I don't know that I was wearing it consistently at that time, but that was sort of my reason to begin. And it was, of course, drugstore makeup that I used for a really long time and obviously continue to use, but yeah, it was nothing fancy by any means. Number 2, how did you get into makeup? I don't think anybody really came right out and told me, little girl, you need to be wearing makeup now. Mom, my sister, people in my life, you know, that I was close with were wearing makeup, and it just seemed like the thing that I was going to do as well. And then it just kind of grew from there. I remember about midway through high school was when I was really like, okay, I'm into makeup. You know, I loved trying out new things from the drugstore, and I loved reading magazines and seeing like the makeup section of a 17 magazine was always like the best thing for me because like you would see the editor's picks, or you would see, you know, different products that were in your stores and you could try them out. And I mean, that was like my first time. Like now you watch haul videos from people and you're like, oh, okay, I want to try that now that they've talked about how great it is. But before it was like you just had magazines. It's like I'm so old. Number 3, what are some of your favorite brands? I need to start off by saying whenever I get a question like that, what is your favorite brand or brands? I feel like every brand has hits and misses. Even if it's a brand you love, you're gonna have some things in there that you don't like, and some things, you know, some things are up here, some things are down here. Some brands have, you know, less of an extreme, but I feel like it's almost always there. So keep that in mind. But to name a few, I mean, brands that I like from the drugstore, I'm really liking NYX. I'm trying more and more things from that brand and liking a lot of them. Revlon, I got a lot of Revlon that I like, a lot of CoverGirl, Wet n Wild, many e.l.f. things that I enjoy, and then in the high end, it's so much fun to test out different high-end products because we're getting close to Christmas, and that's kind of when I ask for more high-end stuff. It's like gifts. But I'm trying more and more MAC, and I'm happy with most of the things I've tried there. I like Urban Decay. I think Too Faced has adorable packaging, and I'm always excited to get a gift of Smashbox products. So yeah, those are some of my favorite brands, I guess. What does makeup mean to you? I think you start thinking about makeup and it's like, okay, makeup makes you look good. Makeup makes you, you know, look pretty or whatever, but I think it also really affects the inside as well. It affects how you feel about yourself. You know, we see time and time again, a person is made over, or a person uses makeup for the first time, or maybe the first time in a long time. And, you know, there's something happening internally there as well when you see yourself in a slightly different way. And sometimes I think people say, you know, you need to see yourself as this or that. And sometimes I think we just need that physical way of truly seeing ourselves, not just like seeing ourselves, if you know what I mean. And I've seen that so much more through my YouTube channel. The feedback that I've been given, some of the most powerful feedback has been a person who maybe hasn't used makeup in a while or hasn't used it at all, and then has messaged me and said, this has opened up a whole new level of confidence in my life that I never had. I am meeting people, I'm getting out there, I'm not as scared to put myself out there and open myself up to people. That's fantastic. That's a wonderful thing. And so makeup is having a more profound meaning for me now than it did in the past. Number 5, if you could only wear 4 products on your face, what would they be? I don't know. I wear a lot of different products on my face. I gotta like sort this out a little bit. Let's go with concealer, bronzer, mascara, and a lip product, a lipstick or a lip gloss, I would say, because then I've got my imperfections covered, I've got some color to my skin, I've got something accentuating my eyes a little bit, and something brightening up the lips and therefore the face with a lipstick. So there you go. What is your favorite thing about makeup? I think this kind of goes back to what does makeup mean to you, but my favorite thing, I think my favorite thing about makeup is the way it makes me feel. I mean, I kind of am of the belief that we don't just love things in life, but we love the way those things make us feel. We love the feeling we get from different things. So I love the feeling that makeup gives me. It's a feeling of confidence, happiness. It brings about creativity in me. It's kind of like an art form. It's a form of expression. And it's also been sort of a means by which I teach people kind of over YouTube, and that's a very fulfilling thing. So, I mean, makeup just has been the avenue to so many positive feelings for me. I've always enjoyed any activity that can give me like an unlimited creative spectrum. Like in cheerleading, I did a lot of the choreography when I was on squads, whether it was high school or college, you know, making up the routines, and it's just like, you know, your imagination is the only thing holding you back there, and makeup is the same way. I mean, you can do whatever you want with that. And also from the collector standpoint, like I like buying makeup. I like having a collection of it. And just trying new things. Number 7, what do you think about drugstore makeup versus high-end makeup? If you know my channel well, I think you kind of know how I feel about this. I think that there are so many drugstore products that are just as good, if not better, than high-end. But I feel like sometimes we get so drawn into not... okay, here's a good way to put it in perspective. How many talk shows have we seen where, okay, we bring in a set of twins and we're going to put drugstore makeup on one and high-end makeup on the other, and then we're going to send them out on the streets, and guess what? Nobody can tell the difference. This is the way these things always work out, it seems like. And I guess what I take from that is that sometimes we care too much about the name on the outside of something, you know, whether it be this brand or the brand I just held up there. We care about that more than we do how it actually looks on us, you know? I mean, take a step back and maybe one day do yourself up 100% drugstore and see if you think you look not as good as you might otherwise. I mean, I just think application is so important. Having the knowledge is a priceless thing. Are there high-end products that are better than some drugstore products? Absolutely. I mean, I feel like there's just no consistent, this is always better than that. I just think you've got to think about technique, learn how to use the products, and you will find that even many inexpensive products can do amazing things for you. What is one tip of advice you can give to a beginner? The first thing that occurs to me when I hear that is imagining a person who has barely used makeup, that is just now logging onto YouTube, discovering the whole beauty community, and frankly, they're probably feeling kind of overwhelmed because there are tutorials showing you how to get the most elaborate glam look for your New Year's Eve celebration, and it involves, you know, everything under the sun on your face, and it's like, I imagine that would feel pretty overwhelming. So I'd say if you're new to YouTube, there's so much to look at in terms of makeup. I would say just don't be overwhelmed and don't feel like you have to try absolutely everything you see or have everything on your face or whatever. You know, take it at your own pace and do what you feel comfortable with, and definitely practice. You will feel so much more confident during those times when you do have the big dance and, you know, you're getting ready for homecoming, and instead of being in a situation where, oh my gosh, I never wear makeup, this is one of the only times I put it on, and now guess what, I'm stressed, you know. Go ahead and take those times when you don't have to be anywhere to really play around and allow yourself to make mistakes and continue to practice. Number 9 is, what is one makeup trend you never understood? When I first looked at this question, I kind of thought, I don't really know. If I were wearing this and then I chose to take like a brown lip pencil and go around it. There was a time when I guess people were doing that, but I don't know. I never really got that. There's not a lot. I'm not a big makeup rules person. I don't like to sit out there and say, you know, you can do this, you can't do this. I think that's kind of ridiculous because makeup is everyone's own individual form of expression, but I don't know. That's something I personally would never do. Number 10, what do you think about the beauty community on YouTube? I'm thankful for the beauty community on YouTube. It's provided a format for me to share so much and take in so many great things from it. So it's been a very give and take type thing. I feel like I'm putting out videos, but I'm also taking in so much advice from other people who do videos and from people who subscribe and leave great comments. I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. And you think about in the world, you know, you may be going to school and maybe you just love makeup, or you have some interest, it's not makeup, but you have something very specific that you really enjoy, but you just don't have a lot of people there at school maybe that you can share that with. I mean, I think we've all been there maybe with one thing or another where you just didn't have a lot of people around you that had that thing, that passion in common with you. But thanks to YouTube, thanks to the internet in general, I mean, we can connect. I feel like sometimes people stumble into the beauty community and like will come across a video and maybe they are not interested at all, but they found the video and they feel compelled to leave like a negative comment. I mean, you know, there will be negativity out there, but I mean, especially to younger people who are making videos now on YouTube, consider this an early news flash that the world is not perfect, and in anything you get into in life, not everybody's going to like everything you do or everything you have to say. Not everybody's going to agree with you, and there will always be a person in your life that's probably not gonna be all that cracked up about you. And so I think the earlier in life you can realize that, learn how to deal with it inside, the better off you're gonna be. So consider yourself this like a mode of life preparation. If you're a young person and you're making videos on YouTube and you're taking in any critics of you and you're dealing with that in a good way, you're definitely a step ahead in life for dealing with these things, because it's not going to end. I mean, we're not all going to live in a happy, perfect wonderland all the time. But what we can be happy about is that I feel like there's such a large amount of support going on in this YouTube beauty community that we have a lot to be thankful for, and a lot of people that are willing to leave kind, uplifting, supportive comments, and that's great. So thanks so much to everybody for stopping by and listening to all this. I hope you found it somewhat interesting, or maybe just at least learned a thing or two about me you didn't know before. So hope you do this tag, and if you do, post it as a video response, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Hi, Cupcake? Yeah, can you tell me your makeup story? Like, when did you start using makeup? Do you like drugstore or do you like high-end? Hey, Cupcake, I need to know, like, what your top beauty tip is.